The greatest enemy you'll ever face doesn't live outside you. He's not your competition. He's not the one who doubted you. He's not the system or the economy or your past. He lives inside you. He wears your face. He speaks with your voice. He tells you it's fine to quit, fine to delay, fine to be average. That voice is the enemy. The weak self, the comfortable self, the emotional self. That's who you've been fighting your entire life and losing to. Every excuse you've ever made, every time you said tomorrow, every time you broke a promise to yourself, that was him winning. This audiobook isn't about motivation. Motivation fades. This is about domination of your impulses, emotions, and excuses. The war isn't out there. It's within. And to win it, you'll have to kill your weaker self again and again. So listen closely. Each chapter is a weapon. Each truth a strike. Each action a command. No feelings. No hesitation. Just focus. Chapter 1. The first battle. Awareness expanded. You can't conquer what you can't see. Most men live blind, trapped inside their habits, their routines, their emotional loops. They repeat the same mistakes and expect different results. They blame life. They blame people. They blame circumstance. But the truth? The real enemy is invisible. It's inside you. It's you. You're at war with yourself. And the first weapon in this war is awareness. Without it, you are a slave to your instincts, a puppet to your moods, a passenger in your own life. Start observing your mind. Begin watching your own thoughts, reactions, and impulses. Notice what triggers you. Notice what drains you. Notice what makes you lazy, reactive, emotional. When you observe without judgment, the spell breaks. Suddenly, you're no longer the victim. You're the observer, the one standing outside the storm, seeing clearly. Retention cue. Imagine a warrior on a cliff. The storm rages below. Lightning strikes. Waves crash. Yet he stands calm, scanning, measuring, ready. That's your mind when trained in awareness. Turn chaos into data. Every urge to quit, every feeling of frustration, every pull toward distraction, notice it. Don't judge. Don't fight it yet. Just watch. Awareness turns chaos into data. Your emotions are signals, not commands. Your weakness is visible, not invisible. Your triggers are measurable, not mysterious. Once you see them, you can plan your attack. You can separate yourself from the voice that whispers. You're tired. You've done enough. Take a break. That voice is the weak self. And now you know it exists. The power of awareness. Awareness is not passive. It is active. It is a weapon. When you can see your inner enemy, you gain control. You can respond instead of reacting. You can choose strength instead of giving in. You can fight strategically instead of blindly. This is the first battle, awareness. You don't fight by swinging harder. You fight by seeing clearer. Visual cue. Imagine two warriors in a duel. One swings wildly, blinded by emotion. The other stands steady, eyes sharp, waiting for the right moment. Which one wins? The one who sees. Always. The first step toward power. Every day, dedicate time to watch yourself. Notice how your mind behaves under stress. Notice how your body reacts to comfort. Notice how your emotions push you off course. Once you recognize the patterns, you stop fighting blind. You stop surrendering to invisible forces. You start fighting to win. Awareness is the foundation. It's the first weapon, the first victory in the war within. Chapter 2. Discipline is the weapon. Every warrior needs a weapon. Yours isn't anger. It isn't motivation. It's discipline. Motivation is cheap fuel. It burns fast and leaves you stranded halfway. Discipline, that's nuclear power. It doesn't depend on mood, weather, or energy. It's a decision. And a decision repeated becomes destiny. Most men lose because they're emotional creatures. They wait until they feel ready. They wait until they feel confident. They wait until they feel inspired. But feelings are smoke. They move with the wind. You don't move with the wind. You move with command. You act because you said you would. That's how men separate for boys. When you do what you said you do, even when you don't feel like it, you gain power. Not external power. Internal. You start to see yourself differently. You stop hoping. You start knowing. That's self-respect. That's self-trust. That's the foundation of every empire. Because no man can conquer the world until he's conquered his impulses. Let me tell you something the world doesn't want to admit. Weak men are not harmless. They're dangerous. Because weak men break promises. They fold under pressure. They let emotion lead logic. They chase comfort and call it peace. But strong men, disciplined men, are predictable in the best way possible. You can count on them. They can count on themselves. Every time you follow through, you stack proof. Proof that your word is law. Proof that your mind serves your mission, not your mood. And that proof turns into power. Consequence of weakness. When you break your own word, something inside you dies. Not all at once, slowly, quietly. You lose trust in yourself. You stop believing that your actions matter. You stop seeing yourself as capable, worthy, consistent. You start negotiating with weakness. And that negotiation is the beginning of the end. Every time you say, "I'll start tomorrow," your soul gets softer. Every time you make an excuse, your edge dulls. You don't notice it at first, but one day you look in the mirror and realize you've become a spectator in your own life. That's death to confidence. That's death to purpose. The simple fix: pick one promise, not 10, just one. Wake at 5:30 a.m. No phone for the first hour. 10 push-ups after every shower. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is execution. And here's the secret. You're not doing the action to get stronger. You're doing it to prove you can. To remind yourself who's in charge. Because the first win of the day builds momentum for every other. One disciplined act in the morning changes your posture, your tone, your energy. You walk differently when you keep your word. Each repetition forges armor. Each kept promise sharpens the blade. Discipline doesn't feel good. It feels necessary. It's not supposed to make you happy. It's supposed to make you solid. You want freedom? Earn it through obedience to your mission. Freedom without discipline is chaos. Discipline without purpose is slavery. But when you merge both, discipline and direction, you become unstoppable. When the average man hits resistance, he quits. When the disciplined man hits resistance, he smiles. He's been waiting for that moment. Because resistance means he's alive. It means he's becoming something more. Discipline is the weapon. Carry it everywhere. Sharpen it daily. Use it without hesitation. Because the man with discipline doesn't need motivation. He becomes the motivation. He doesn't need inspiration. He becomes the example. And when others crumble, he stands firm. So ask yourself right now, are you wielding your weapon? Or are you being disarmed by excuses? The war within is won by repetition, not revelation. Not by hype, but by habit. Every morning you wake up and choose the harder path, you win another battle. Every night you go to bed knowing you didn't fold, you've gained another inch of ground. It's not flashy. It's not loud. It's quiet, consistent, deadly. That's discipline. That's the weapon. Chapter 3. The Death of Comfort. Comfort is the enemy. It's soft, it's warm, and it kills everything it touches. The world tells you comfort is success. That if you can wake up late, scroll all day, eat what you want, and coast through life, you've made it. But that's not freedom. That's sedation. And sedated men never build anything worth remembering. Every great man was forged in discomfort. He lived where most people refuse to go. He learned to find peace inside pain. Because he understood one truth: growth never feels good while it's happening. Comfort keeps you average. Discomfort makes you dangerous. The trap of comfort. Comfort whispers lies. It tells you, you deserve rest. You've done enough. You can take it easy today. But here's the truth. You haven't earned comfort until your body breaks before your will does. Most men live their whole lives avoiding pain. They chase ease. They chase convenience. They chase shortcuts. And what does it get them? Soft bodies, weak minds, dull eyes that have never seen what they're truly capable of. Comfort is a slow poison. It doesn't kill you quickly. It numbs you until you forget you're dying. The warrior's mindset. You must kill comfort before it kills you. And you do it by hunting discomfort daily. Wake up earlier than you want. Lift heavier than you think you can. Speak when your voice shakes. Do what you fear and do it often. Every act of discomfort is a strike against weakness. Every moment you embrace pain your threshold expands. You become mentally calloused, untouchable. Visual cue. Picture a blade being forged. Every strike of the hammer, heat, pressure, repetition, makes it sharper, harder, deadlier. That's you. That's your spirit being refined. So stop asking for an easy life. Ask for a stronger back. Ask for a sharper mind. Ask for the kind of pain that builds power. Consequence of comfort. If you choose comfort, you choose decay. You may not notice it at first. You'll still smile, laugh, post pictures, tell yourself everything's fine. But slowly, your fire fades. You'll stop taking risks. You'll stop pushing limits. You'll stop believing you're capable of more. That's how men die before their time. Not from age, but from apathy. Look around. The world is full of men who look alive but are spiritually dead. Why? Because comfort killed their hunger. The hunger to win. The hunger to evolve. The hunger to earn their existence. The simple fix. Do something uncomfortable every single day. It doesn't need to be heroic. It just needs to hurt a little. Take the cold shower. Push through one more set. Speak up when you'd rather stay silent. Work one more hour on your craft. You train your body through resistance. You train your soul the same way. Here's the secret. The moment you feel discomfort, that's the signal you're growing. That's where most people quit. That's where you lean in. The more you chase comfort, the more your world shrinks. But the more you chase discomfort, the bigger your world becomes. You become the kind of man who isn't fazed by pain. You use it. You feed off it. You turn every hardship into ammunition. The death of comfort, the birth of power. Comfort dies the moment you decide to stop negotiating with it. The day you stop letting it whisper in your ear, you're reborn. You'll walk differently. You'll think differently. Because the man who chooses discomfort voluntarily becomes unstoppable under pressure. When life hits him, he doesn't flinch. He's been training for it. When opportunity comes, he doesn't hesitate. He's been sharpening for it. Pain becomes familiar. Fear becomes fuel. And growth becomes your addiction. That's how warriors are built, through the death of comfort. So let the soft die. Let the weakness fade. And when the world says, relax, you answer with a smirk. I don't do comfort. Chapter 4. Control the chaos. The world is chaos. It's loud. It's messy. It's full of noise trying to pull you off your path. Everyone around you is reacting, scrolling, comparing, complaining. They're emotional, impulsive, addicted to distraction. You can't be that man. You're not here to react. You're here to rule. The reality of chaos. Chaos is the test. It's the storm sent to reveal your level of control. Because control isn't proven in peace, it's proven in the middle of pressure. Most people think control means calm breathing, meditation, and peaceful moments. That's not control. That's comfort. Real control is holding your focus when your world is collapsing. It's keeping your tone measured when your blood is boiling. It's choosing logic when emotion is begging to take over. Chaos doesn't destroy you. Your reaction does. Consequence of losing control. When you lose control, you hand your power to the environment. Every distraction steals a piece of your mind. Every outburst lowers your status. Every emotional decision moves you further from mastery. A man ruled by emotion is a puppet. A man ruled by discipline becomes the puppeteer. You ever notice how truly powerful people move? Slow, calm, certain, because chaos bends around them. It never enters them. The weak yell to be heard. The strong stay silent and make the room quiet. That's the difference between noise and presence. The simple fix: train composure under fire. You don't learn control in stillness. You learn it in storms. You have to train your composure under pressure. The next time you feel your temper spike, pause. Breathe once. Let the emotion rise and fall, and don't move. That's the rep. That's the gym for your mind. Every time you hold the line when you want to explode, your control doubles. Every time you stay silent when you want to defend, your dominance sharpens. Visual cue. Picture a sniper surrounded by chaos. Explosions, dust, noise, yet his eye never leaves the target. That's control. That's precision. Eliminate the noise. You can't control chaos if you live inside it. So start by cutting the noise. Turn off the pointless notifications. Delete what doesn't serve you. Remove the voices that drain your focus. You need mental silence to think, because when the world gets loud, the man with a quiet mind wins. Your peace is your power source. Protect it like a secret weapon. The power of response. Every situation gives you two choices: react or respond. Reaction is fast, emotional, sloppy. Response is calm, strategic, lethal. Reaction is instinct. Response is intelligence. When you start responding instead of reacting, you stop being predictable. You stop being controlled by circumstance. You start controlling outcomes. That's what separates a man who drifts from a man who dominates. The calm predator. A true warrior isn't calm because life is easy. He's calm because he's trained for war. He's been broken, tested, burned, and rebuilt stronger. He knows storms come and go. He knows people talk and fade. He knows chaos is just noise, and noise can't touch him. That's why calm is power. It's not softness. It's composure sharpened by pain. It's a stillness that hides a volcano underneath. You want to be dangerous? Be calm. Because calm men think clearly. Calm men execute precisely. Calm men win quietly. Final lesson: control is freedom. When you control yourself, you control everything. You can't stop the world from spinning, but you can stay balanced while it turns. You can't stop the storm, but you can walk through it untouched. Chaos isn't your enemy. It's your arena. It's the field where warriors are forged. Let everyone else panic. You breathe, you observe, you move. And when the world burns, you stand centered, because you are the eye of the storm. Chapter 5. The mirror is the enemy. The mirror doesn't lie. It doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your story. It reflects exactly what you've earned. That reflection, the one you see every morning, is your greatest enemy and your greatest opportunity. Because the hardest battle is not against other people. It's against the version of you that refuses to die. The lazy one, the fearful one, the comfortable one. That's who the mirror shows you. Not who you want to be, but who you really are. The truth about reflection. When most men look in the mirror, they don't see themselves. They see the illusion they've built. They see potential. They see dreams. They see plans that never left the paper. But the mirror doesn't care about potential. It only cares about proof. Proof of work. Proof of consistency. Proof of discipline. You could talk about who you're becoming, but the mirror shows who you are. It shows whether you've been keeping promises or breaking them. Whether you've been training or slacking. Whether you've been feeding strength or feeding weakness. Every mark, every scar, every bit of softness, it's all data. The mirror tracks the truth you try to hide. Consequence of denial. Most men avoid the mirror, not physically, but spiritually. They distract themselves from reflection. They drown the silence with noise. They scroll to forget how little they've done. They lie to themselves, saying, "I'm working on it." But here's the problem. The mirror always collects debt. You can't hide from yourself forever. You can fake confidence, fake discipline, fake progress, but the reflection never changes until the action does. When you lie to yourself long enough, your self-respect collapses. You stop believing your own promises. And when that happens, you're finished. A man who can't trust himself can't build anything. The simple fix: brutal honesty. Face the mirror like a warrior faces an enemy. Stand there and speak the truth. I'm not where I want to be. I've been lazy. I've been hiding. Say it. Because honesty is the first step toward power. You can't conquer what you won't confront. And once you face it, once you stare into your reflection and accept full responsibility, you unlock something rare: control. The weak blame the world. The strong blame the man in the mirror. That's how change begins. The reflection routine. Here's your new ritual. Every morning, every night, face the mirror. No music, no phone, just you and your reflection. Ask one question: am I living like the man I claim to be? If the answer is no, fix it immediately. If the answer is yes, double down. Because the mirror isn't just glass, it's feedback. It's the rawest form of accountability you'll ever get. You can lie to everyone else, not it. Visual cue. Picture two versions of you staring each other down in the reflection. One soft, tired, complaining. The other sharp, calm, ready. Only one can survive. Every day, you decide which one walks away from that mirror. That's the war within. That's the true fight. The evolution. As you grow, the mirror changes. The man you see starts to harden. His eyes sharpen. His jaw sets. His posture shifts. That's not vanity. That's verification. That's visual proof of transformation. The body changes because the mind did, and the reflection becomes your scoreboard. So when you see progress, don't celebrate, continue. Because the mirror's job isn't to praise you. It's to test you. The final lesson, face the enemy daily. Never let a day pass without meeting your reflection. Don't hide behind comfort or excuses. Every morning, look into your eyes and ask, did I earn my reflection today? And if the answer is no good, that means you still have work to do. That means the mission isn't over. Because the mirror doesn't show perfection, it shows progress. And progress is built on pain, honesty, and relentless repetition. You're not running from the reflection anymore. You're running toward it. Because the mirror used to expose you, now it empowers you. The mirror is the enemy, but conquer it, and it becomes your greatest ally. Chapter 6, The Power of Solitude. Most men are terrified of silence. They crave noise. They crave company. They crave distraction. They call it connection. They call it balance. But deep down, they're running from themselves. Solitude exposes truth. And truth, for most people, is unbearable. But for the man on the mission, solitude is sacred. It's not loneliness. It's laboratory time. It's where weakness dies and wisdom is born. The difference between alone and lonely. Loneliness is emptiness. Solitude is strength. Loneliness drains you because you feel abandoned. Solitude fuels you because you chose it. Most men never reach their full potential because they never isolate long enough to meet their real self. They drown their potential in constant validation. They can't go an hour without checking who's watching, who's responding, who's approving. That's not power. That's dependence. And dependence is death to discipline. The consequence of constant company. Every time you surround yourself with noise, you dilute your focus. Every conversation about nothing, every pointless hangout, every scroll session, it robs you, piece by piece. Because here's the harsh truth. You can't grow when you're constantly reacting to the world. Growth requires isolation. It requires silence, discomfort, boredom. The average man can't handle 5 minutes alone with his thoughts. That's why he stays average. The stronger you become, the smaller your circle gets. Not because you hate people, but because you love your peace. The simple fix, seek silence, don't avoid it. Start small. Turn the music off. Go on a walk with no phone. Sit in silence for 10 minutes before bed. At first, it'll feel uncomfortable. Your mind will resist. It'll throw noise at you, random thoughts, old regrets, imaginary scenarios. Good. That's the clutter leaving. Stay long enough in silence, and you'll start to hear something new. Your own voice. Your real voice. That's where direction begins. That's where self-awareness is born. And self-awareness is the foundation of self-control. Visual cue. Picture yourself sitting alone in a dark room. No distractions, no noise. Just you and the hum of your thoughts. At first, the silence feels heavy. Then it feels pure. Then it feels powerful. That's the shift when solitude becomes strength. Isolation is the forge. Every transformation happens in isolation. No one sees the hours you spend alone working, thinking, building. They only see the result, the body, the focus, the presence. That's the paradox. Solitude makes you stronger in public. Because when you've spent enough time alone, you stop needing approval. You stop chasing validation. You stop bending for acceptance. You walk into a room and your energy speaks before you do. Calm, grounded, untouchable. Because you've already faced yourself. And once you've faced yourself, no one else can intimidate you. Solitude has power. When you master solitude, you master peace. When you master peace, you master control. And control over your thoughts, your emotions, your urges, that's real freedom. You no longer react to life, you respond. You move with precision. You think before you strike. You act without noise. That's what separates the grounded from the lost. The weak use people to fill their emptiness. The strong use solitude to sharpen their purpose. And when solitude becomes your ally, you become dangerous because you no longer need anyone to function. You can disappear for 6 months, re-emerge, and the world won't recognize you. That's what solitude does. It breaks you down to rebuild you better. The final lesson, alone, not empty. The man who can sit alone, think deeply, and act decisively is untouchable. He's immune to manipulation, unaffected by opinion, unstoppable in pursuit. Solitude is not a punishment. It's the training ground of greatness. The isolation you fear is the exact space that will refine you. So stop chasing company. Chase clarity. Stop chasing validation. Chase vision. Be alone. Be disciplined. Be silent. Because silence isn't empty. It's full of answers. And in solitude, you'll finally hear them. Chapter 7. Train for stress. Most men avoid stress like it's poison. They run from challenges, pain, rejection, discomfort. They medicate themselves with comfort, distraction, and excuses. And that's why they're weak. Stress is not the enemy. Avoidance is. Every day you face challenges, your mind and body either adapt or collapse. The difference between a boy and a man, a weakling and a warrior, is how he responds under pressure. The reality of stress. Stress is inevitable. The world doesn't care if you're ready. Life doesn't pause because you're uncomfortable. Opportunities arrive wrapped in chaos, difficulty, and resistance. A man who flees stress will crumble at the first sign of resistance. Step 1. Reframe stress as fuel. Most men see stress as a curse. You see it as a weapon. Every stressful situation is an opportunity to sharpen yourself. Every challenge is a test of your discipline, your patience, your focus. Stress is not breaking you. It's forging you. Fix. Next time you face discomfort, a tight deadline, a heated argument, or physical strain, don't resist it. Lean in. Embrace it. Visualize it as a gym for your mind and your spirit. Retention cue. Imagine a blacksmith pounding steel. Each strike is stress. Each heat wave is pressure. Each repetition hardens the blade. That blade is you. Step 2. Build controlled stress into your life. You can't wait for life to test you. That's too slow. You must create your own challenges. Fix. Cold showers to embrace physical shock. High-intensity workouts to push limits. Early mornings where comfort is denied. Deliberate exposure to rejection or criticism. Every controlled exposure to stress rewires your nervous system. You become immune to panic. You become sharper, calmer, stronger. Consequence. Men who avoid stress remain soft. Men who see controlled stress grow unstoppable. Step 3. Master the mental response. Stress isn't just physical, it's mental. Your mind will scream, "I can't handle this." Your instincts will beg for comfort. Fix. Every time your mind says stop, say go. Act while uncomfortable. Decide while uncertain. Move while scared. Retention cue. Picture a soldier in the storm. Bullets fly, chaos surrounds him. Yet his mind is clear, his hands steady, his mission unwavering. Your mind must learn the same discipline. Step 4. Embrace discomfort daily. Consistency is the key to mastery. One stressful day won't make you strong. One week won't either. But daily exposure compounds. Fix. Pick a discomfort routine and commit to it. Sprint at max effort. Push past one more repetition. Meditate in cold or silence. Take the hard conversation you've been avoiding. Each daily dose of stress trains your nervous system to thrive under pressure. Your reactions sharpen. Your focus deepens. Your energy becomes unstoppable. Step 5. Stress is the mirror. Stress exposes weakness like nothing else. It doesn't lie. It doesn't forgive. When your hands shake, your focus fades, or your temper rises, that's truth speaking. That's the mirror of your discipline. Fix. Stop blaming the situation. Stop complaining. Own your response. The stronger you become under stress, the fewer situations control you. Visual cue. Picture yourself standing in a storm, chaos all around. You are calm, composed, unstoppable. The storm rages, but you are the eye. Climax. Become stress-proof. A warrior isn't calm because life is easy. He's calm because he's been forged in fire. He's trained under stress, embraced discomfort, and disciplined his mind to act while others freeze. Stress is no longer an obstacle. It's a trigger, a signal to execute with precision, a force to multiply your power. Every battle, every challenge, every moment of pressure becomes fuel. You don't break. You don't panic. You rise. The weak cry under chaos. The strong thrive. Chapter 8. Reforge the body, reforge the mind. The mind and body are not separate. They are one weapon. Weak body, weak mind. Strong body, strong mind. Most men train one and neglect the other. They meditate but can't lift. They lift but can't focus. They eat like kings but sleep like beggars. And they wonder why life overwhelms them. Discipline is forged in motion. Focus is sharpened under strain. Strength is built from repetition, sweat, and pain. Step 1. Physical strength is mental authority. Your body sets the tone for your mind. A weak body signals weakness to your brain. Energy collapses. Confidence fades. Motivation dies. Fix. Train heavy. Train consistent. Push past your limits daily. Lift more than you think you can. Sprint harder. Fight longer. Every physical victory creates a mental one. Every drop of sweat reinforces your will. Every sore muscle whispers, you are alive. You are dominant. Retention cue. Picture a steel frame being hammered and bent, yet every strike makes it stronger. That's your body. That's your mind. That's power. Step 2. Pain is your teacher. Discomfort isn't the enemy, it's the syllabus. If it doesn't hurt, it doesn't change you. Push yourself past exhaustion. Endure the pain others avoid. Wake early when everyone sleeps. Run through fatigue. Hold the plank until your body screams. Consequence. Men who chase comfort never know their limits. Men who embrace pain rewrite them. Pain teaches patience, endurance, and resilience. Pain sharpens focus. Pain defines the edge between average and unstoppable. Step 3. Nutrition is fuel, not pleasure. The body is a machine. Machines need fuel. Not sugar, not junk, not indulgence. They need precision. Fix. Eat to strengthen. Eat to energize. Eat to recover. Food is not entertainment. It's ammunition. It powers the mind to focus, the body to perform, the will to execute. Step 4. Sleep is a weapon. Most men ignore it. They brag about burning out. They think deprivation is toughness. They're wrong. Sleep rebuilds. Sleep restores. Sleep sharpens. Without it, the body sags. The mind clouds. Discipline falters. Fix. Prioritize rest. Protect your sleep like armor. 8 hours minimum. No exceptions. When you sleep well, you rise well. And when you rise well, you dominate. Step 5. The mind follows the body. The body leads. The mind follows. Train the body hard, and the mind grows sharp. Challenge the body, and focus becomes effortless. Push the limits of endurance, and mental clarity emerges. Strength isn't vanity. It's authority. It's proof to yourself. You control the vessel that carries your power. You dictate the terms of engagement with the world. Visual cue. Imagine a warrior standing tall, chest broad, eyes sharp, muscles coiled, every fiber ready. That posture alone commands respect. That posture alone signals dominance. Climax. The warrior reforged. Reforging the body is not a hobby. It's a declaration. Every rep, every sprint, every disciplined meal, every hour of sleep, it's an investment. You're not just building muscle. You're building authority. You're forging focus. You're crafting resilience. Your body will scream. Your mind will doubt, but you will persist. And when others crumble under stress, fatigue, and chaos, you'll stand unshaken. Because the warrior is forged in sweat, pain, and discipline. The body is the vessel. The mind is the weapon. Together, they are unstoppable. Chapter 9. Unshakable calm in chaos. Chaos is everywhere. Traffic, deadlines, arguments, emergencies. The world is designed to shake you, distract you, provoke you. Most men crack. They panic. They yell. They fold under pressure. But not you. You will move like the eye of the storm. Calm, precise, untouchable. You will act when others freeze. You will decide when others panic. You will focus when others crumble. Step 1. Observation before action. Calm is not ignorance. It's awareness. Before you react, you must see not just the surface chaos, the underlying forces, the threats, the opportunities. When others are screaming, your brain must be mapping, calculating, deciding. Fix. Practice pausing. Take a breath. Assess the situation fully before moving. Act deliberately, not impulsively. Visual cue. Picture a predator in the wild. Everything moves around him, yet he stands still, eyes scanning, muscles coiled. That's calm. That's dominance. Step 2. Detachment from outcome. Most panic because they're attached. They need things to go their way. They fear failure. They fear judgment. Detachment isn't apathy. It's mastery. You do your part perfectly. The outcome is irrelevant. Your mission doesn't depend on approval or chance. Fix. Focus on actions, not results. Control the controllable. Ignore the noise of expectation and opinion. Consequence. Men attached to outcomes are slaves. Men detached are kings. Step 3. Train calm through pressure. Calmness is a skill, not a gift. Fix. Put yourself under controlled stress daily. High-pressure workouts, public speaking, cold exposure, confronting fears. Each moment you remain composed teaches your nervous system that chaos is harmless. You become resilient. You become unshakable. Retention cue. Imagine fire refining steel. The heat doesn't destroy, it strengthens. That's how chaos trains you. Step 4. Command your energy. Energy fuels focus. Disorganization, fatigue, and distraction fracture calm. Fix. Monitor your energy throughout the day. Sleep well. Eat well. Break big tasks into sharp, actionable steps. Protect your mental and physical bandwidth like precious armor. The man who manages his energy moves with precision while others stumble. Step 5. The mindset of the storm. Chaos doesn't intimidate you because you've faced yourself. You've trained. You've disciplined. You've built resilience. Your calm is intimidating. Your focus is magnetic. Your presence alone reshapes the environment. Visual cue. Picture a lone wolf in a battlefield. Explosions, screams, disorder. Yet he walks through unscathed. That's you. That's mastery. Climax. Become unshakable. The ultimate power is the ability to remain calm while the world falls apart. Every distraction, insult, threat, and failure slides off you like water. You act. You decide. You dominate. The weak panic. The average complain. You are unshakable. Chapter 10. Victory over self. The final battle isn't against the world. It isn't against enemies, circumstances, or luck. It's against yourself. The weaker version of you, hiding in comfort. The version that procrastinates, doubts, and complains. The version that obeys fear rather than courage. Victory over self means silence those voices. Crush hesitation. Discipline every action. Dominate every thought. Step 1. Own your weakness. Every failure, every hesitation, every moment of doubt, it's a reflection of weakness inside you. Stop blaming the world. Stop blaming others. Fix. Face yourself honestly. Name your flaws. Take full responsibility. The moment you accept your weakness, you gain control. Because denial is slavery. Acknowledgement is freedom. Step 2. Forge daily mastery. Victory over self is built daily. Discipline in small acts creates dominance in life. Consistency compounds. One push-up, one early wake-up, one focused task at a time. Visual cue. Imagine stacking bricks. Each brick seems small, insignificant. Yet after months, the wall is unbreakable. That's your mind. That's your character. Step 3. Control the inner storm. Your emotions are the battlefield. Anger, fear, doubt, and desire rise like waves, threatening to crash you. Fix. Act despite them. Stay calm. Use the storm as fuel. Consequence. Men ruled by emotion live half-lives. Men who master it live fully. Men who conquer it become unstoppable. Step 4. Discipline becomes freedom. You've learned. Discipline is the weapon. Solitude is the forge. Stress is the teacher. Calm is the battlefield armor. All of these lead to one ultimate truth. The more control you have over yourself, the freer you become. Freedom isn't external. It isn't wealth, status, or recognition. Freedom is internal. It's the ability to act without fear, to decide without doubt, to move without hesitation. Step 5. The warrior mindset. Victory over self is not a destination. It's a lifestyle. You wake, you act, you endure, you improve. Every challenge, every obstacle, every failure, you use it. You turn it into fuel. You turn it into proof. You turn it into dominance. You no longer chase approval. You no longer fear judgment. You live on your terms, built by your hand, hardened by your actions. Climax. The war within ends only with victory. The world will always be chaotic. People will always doubt you. Pain will always arrive. But none of it matters. Because you've conquered the one thing that decides everything. Yourself. The weak crumble under pressure. The average complain about circumstances. You act. You endure. You dominate. No feelings. No fear. Just focus. Epilogue. The path forward. The war is never truly over. Every day is a battle. Every morning is a test. But now you have the tools. Discipline as your weapon. Chaos as your training ground. Solitude as your forge. Stress as your teacher. Calm as your armor. Your body and mind reforged. The enemy in the mirror? Defeated. The battlefield within? Conquered. Now, step forward into the world. Not as a victim, not as a follower, not as a man ruled by fear. Step forward as a warrior. The war is yours to win. Every day, every moment, every choice. Epilogue. The path forward. The war is never truly over. Every day is a battle. Every morning is a test. But now you have the tools. Discipline as your weapon. Chaos as your training ground. Solitude as your forge. Stress as your teacher. Calm as your armor. Your body and mind reforged. The enemy in the mirror? Defeated. The battlefield within? Conquered. Now, step forward into the world. Not as a victim, not as a follower, not as a man ruled by fear. Step forward as a warrior. The war is yours to win. Every day, every moment, every choice. No feelings, no excuses. Just focus.